We are back. Welcome to another Hot Jobs with us here at Higher Military. It is so lovely to see you this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. So I was out of the office last week. If you caught our live last Tuesday, you will have seen me, Mike Quinn, and Kristen Liccardo dial in, and Bert Flores as well, dial in from the Logistics Officers Association in St. Louis, which was so much fun. We got to catch up with so many of our contemporaries in and around the US Air Force and met with lots of people there in the logistics and supply chain career fields. So still on a bit of a down coming back from that, but it is amazing to be back. So if you are with us today, tell us who you are in the comments. Are you looking for a permanent position? Are you interested in SkillBridge? Where are you located? Where do you want to be located? And where is your career field? We are here for the whole of the military population. So whether you are a military spouse, a transitioning service member, or a veteran, we want to be able to support you. So definitely engage with us and tell us what you are looking for. We often take a look and mine the comments afterwards and really see what sorts of roles you are looking for and compare them against what we have and what we possibly could obtain for you in the future. So definitely do share your interests with us. This is our favorite 30 minutes of the week and we get to spend it with you. We share as much of our support as possible, as well as our advice, and we talk about our newest roles that we've taken here at Higher Military this week. So if you are unfamiliar, we support transitioning service members into SkillBridge internships across the US, both remote and on-site. And we also have a whole careers page worth of permanent positions for the military community. So definitely check those out if you haven't looked at that already. Our website is highermilitary.us. There are 2 job boards, one for SkillBridge, one for permanent positions. And there's also 2 talent pools, one for SkillBridge and one for permanent positions. So if you take a look at our vacancies and there's nothing for you right now, definitely do register your interest, your resume, and some details about yourself with us so that when new roles come in, we can share those with you. In addition, we do update our roles on a daily basis. You can see when they've been put up there. And over this past week, we've probably put about 10, 15 new ones up alone. And also there is an awesome resource section. I really want to direct your eyes to that. And if you go in there, we have written articles. Well, Olivia in our marketing team has written a lot of articles really around questions you have asked us. So how to create a phenomenal LinkedIn page and profile, how to target your resume, how to get volunteer experience as a military spouse onto the resume. So take a look at that. Gosh, so many people joining us today. Hey, Kelly, how are you in Boise? Carlos, Curtis, Dion, our favorite. Lovely to see you again. James, Andrew. Gosh, so many people here in the comments. Keep them coming. We want to learn more about you. Amber put up a phenomenal post earlier today about everything that we're doing this week. And something that I did want to share was Mike Quinn, our CEO, along with the USO Transitions team, is hosting 2 of his Mastering LinkedIn webinars this month. Not 1, but 2. I promise you they are 2 hours of your life that you won't want back because they just are an incredible introduction in how to manipulate LinkedIn and really utilize it to network your way through your transition or your career, your job search. So on April the 12th at 11 a.m., he has, and these times are all Eastern time, he has a spouse edition, which is always a lot of fun. And he has his general one for the month on April the 18th. So we will post a link to that if you're not familiar. I think we also posted a link to that yesterday here on our LinkedIn profile. So definitely check that out. If you and I haven't met before, I'm Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at Higher Military, and I'm an active duty Air Force spouse. We have been stationed, or rather my husband has been stationed in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, Eielson Air Force Base, no less, for the last couple of years. And for us, winter is nearly behind us. The sun is shining today. And those 4-hour days that we had back in December have now opened up. And we've got probably about 13 or 14 hours of sunlight yet again, which is incredible. And it goes so quickly. But it's really lovely to meet you. I'm going to hand over now to Matt Hart.
All right. Thank you, Lucy. So I'm Matt, one of the recruiters here with Higher Military, Marine Corps veteran, actually closing in on about 2 years with the company. Started a SkillBridge internship with the company It's been absolutely amazing. I moved out to East Tennessee when I got out. But yeah, we're going to share a lot of really good opportunities for direct hire and SkillBridge. It's great to be here. Again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat, because we usually have 5 minutes or so at the end of the broadcast to be able to answer any questions you have specifically about transition space, career search, networking, things like that. So please go ahead and put some comments in there and we'll keep track of them for you. But I'll turn it over to Amber.
Thank you, Matt. It is so great to be back. I know Lucy and I were out last week. It was so great to meet people face to face. I was definitely missing out, though. I feel like I missed the team. I missed you guys. My name's Amber. I'm also on the recruiting team, Air Force veteran and a military spouse now. I said it out loud earlier, but I've been a military spouse for longer than I was active duty, and it just sounds a little weird when I say it that way. But I'm in San Antonio as my husband wraps up his Air Force career, and I'm really happy to be here today sharing some roles. We have lots of people in the comments already. I did want to give a quick shout out to Daryl Smith. He and I have been back and forth in communication. So, hey there, Daryl. Matt, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hey, thank you, Amber. Matt Collins, a 28-year Army veteran, and I can officially say now a retiree. So I am on day 4 of retired. I will soon get the retiree ID card, and I am here today to talk about all the things SkillBridge, what we offer. SkillBridge is an outstanding program. We'll talk about what we offer, as well as later on I'll talk a little bit about the tips for those looking to pursue a SkillBridge. Some of the things you need to be letting us know, or anyone know, to be really specific and to help us find the best opportunity for you. So happy to be here today from Missoula, Montana. The days are also starting to get a little better here, and the weather is now finally semi-spring-like. So hope springs eternal, whatever that term is. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So really excited to be here. And Lucy, back to you.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Sean, who left Ireland in 2020. Gosh, I bet that feels like a lifetime ago now. But it is a great assignment. I do promise you guys. I know, along with mine, we were stationed there as well. It's kind of identified as one of the lesser ones in the US Air Force, but we're having a good time, and that's all that counts. Amber, Matt, thank you so much for introducing yourselves. I really appreciate that. Just like Matt Hart said, if you do have questions for us, and we've already identified a few that we have saved for at the end of the conversation today, do throw those into the comments, because we really love taking the time and sharing our thoughts and our encouragement with you and giving answers and advice from our perspective. What I do want to say is, we are a team here of 4. We have opinions, but everybody's got an opinion. And I really encourage you to talk to people to get as much information on the same subject as you possibly can, so that you can pull all of that information together and come to a decision, or come to an action that really works for you. So without further ado, Matt Collins, I'm going to hand over to you. Why don't you share with us just a little bit about SkillBridge and who it is accessible to?
Sure. So SkillBridge, it's out there for everybody. If you are 6 months out from the end of your term of service, SkillBridge exists for you. Many of us here at Higher Military Products of SkillBridge, we can really speak to its value. And it's for that first term. If you're a first term enlistment ending after 4 years, it's for you. If you're 20 years in, coming to the end of a career, SkillBridge exists for you. SkillBridge is a DoD-wide program. It's really, really imperative, though, that you start having conversations with your command teams, your first-line leaders, really before 6 months out, 8 months out, even a year out. Start talking about your desire to participate in SkillBridge and make them aware of it, so they can start working that on their end, because that's really important. If you get buy-in from your command team, SkillBridge is very much a thing that can happen. The other thing I will tell people today, before we talk about the roles we have right now, is be specific. It's very tough. There's a lot happening during your transition, but if you're looking for a SkillBridge opportunity, let us know. Don't say looking for SkillBridge opportunity in California, right? That's not really going to help us. Let us know, hey, looking for SkillBridge in, Southern California in the IT industry or operations, manufacturing. Let us know how to direct you towards the opportunities we have. And as we say every week, Lucy will say this each week as well, the SkillBridge roles we talk about today, as well as the ones that are on our website right now, those are just a fraction. It changes all the time. It's not a one size fits all. We don't always have a SkillBridge opportunity in the place you want to be. but we change that. We update that website almost daily. So the roles I'm going to talk about today are just a fraction of the roles we have in SkillBridge. So take a look at our website, filter by industry, filter it by where you want to be, and then start looking at some things you really want to do. And really, again, have those conversations with your command teams now. So with that, some of the roles we have right now, a really new, cool and exciting role is facilities technician. That's with Texas Instruments. It's in Dallas, Texas. And this, again, a really exciting opportunity. It also includes a $6,000 relocation stipend. So, I mean, that's kind of a game changer and very unique to many SkillBridge opportunities. This would be someone who'd be performing technical tasks in support of the engineering and the maintenance activities of the plant, the electrical systems, and this is at a semiconductor manufacturing plant. So all the equipment and tools that go with that, you'd be working on that equipment, ensuring its proper function. So they'd be looking for someone that's available 90 to 120 days. So about 4 months out prior to your last day of service, minus your terminal leave, obviously. So just if you're available 90 to 120 days out, this opportunity could be for you. HVAC, chemical experience would really be preferred. Not a requirement, but if you have that, then definitely check this role out. They're really just looking for someone that's got the aptitude to learn and the initiative and drive to jump into this role and give it a shot. We're looking for people to start in June and September. So you'd have to be able to start this internship 29 June or 25 September. And again, facilities technician, Texas Instruments, Dallas, Texas, huge company, obviously, and a great opportunity. Another new role we have, solar installer. This is Allied Solar and Electric in beautiful San Diego, California. This would be someone you'd be doing the assembly and installation of solar panels, solar arrays, mounting hardware, assisting with the electrical wiring of the energy products. There would be some travel up and down the state of California, as far north as Fresno, primarily though in the San Diego area. And again, this is someone, if you've got a general construction background, some training in the military in construction with tools, mechanical equipment, this is more of kind of an entry to mid-level position. The ability to safely handle and maintain, basic hand power tools and install equipment. Again, solar installer, Allied Solar and Electric, San Diego, California, and it's a role that we're really, really excited to get out there. The last one is field service technician. Now we have this role with FOSS in both St. Louis and Memphis, Tennessee. FOSS is a company that does a lot of improving processes and data analysis. Really cool analytics company. They do a lot of things across a lot of different spectrums of industry. They're looking for someone to install, maintain, repair analytical instruments at customer sites and other locations throughout the company. Really a strong knowledge of electronic theory, electronic troubleshooting background. Any of our electricians, journeyman electricians, if you have that background, definitely give us a shout, connect with us, and we can tell you more about this role. And again, it's a field service technician with FOSS. It's in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's in Memphis, Tennessee. So we have that role in multiple locations. And lastly, again, like I said, please go to our website, filter by where you want to be, by the state, by the industry, and then have an idea of what you're looking to do through SkillBridge. Connect with us, and we see if we can find an opportunity for you. And with that, I will turn it over to the always ruggedly bearded Matt Hart to talk about some direct hire opportunities.
I love the compliments. Thank you.
I know.
It's appreciated.
I will never stop.
Thank you. Again, those are just some of the SkillBridge roles. There's just 3 of them. And there's some good ones that we have out there. Reach out to Matt Collins before Agby, see if anything stands out to you. But we're going to kind of transition over to in the direct hire space. So things that are meant for the veteran community, military spouses, like this is more, the direct hire side of things. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is a business director of bids and proposals. So this is in the DC metro area. It's considered a hybrid position. So a little bit of work from home, a little bit of work in the office. So it's a really unique opportunity. What you're doing is managing proposals with the management staff and overseeing company-wide proposal operations for infrastructure, content, overall governance, and knowledge management. You'll implement repeatable bid and pursuit process across the entire organization. Now, there's a lot of requirements that do come with this. It's a director level role, so they're going to need specific experience. 7 years of federal government proposal management experience, demonstrate history of success across different agencies, But I think one of the bigger ones is just the general understanding of the federal acquisition regulations. So the FAR, DFAR, things like that. That's where like the supply chain, that type of background would be really big for this, because I know coming out of the military, that's basically, the baseline of what you learn getting into that MOS. What they're looking to make of that position, you're looking at least 175 a year. Again, it's a director level role. They want a bachelor's degree. A master's would be great, but having just that basic degree and just having the very detailed understanding of the different government contract types is what they're looking for. And then the next one that I'm going to be talking about is a process safety management engineer, and this is in Salina, Kansas. We do have a couple different positions in Salina, but I think this one's very new, and I think it's very unique. But basically, you're responsible for updating, maintaining guidelines and elements for the process safety management program and partnering with the safety and facilities maintenance. You're going to drive OSHA process safeties, risk management programs, and regulations. And what they want is 4 years of related experience, understanding of state and federal EPA or OSHA compliance requirements, procedures, things like that. Any type of experience implementing safety programs, especially in manufacturing. That's a big one. So having a manufacturing background is key for this. And that's where it is going to help people stand out, is if they have the manufacturing background, specifically in food production. Any type of experience in hazard evaluation techniques is going to be big also. Safety engineer, it's looking to make about 80 to 90,000 a year. So 2 very high paying jobs, pretty good for folks coming out of the military, just the veterans that have been out for a while, military spouse in those areas. I know Salina is near Fort Riley in Kansas. So there's military installations nearby. So it's a couple of really good opportunities for people out there. If you're interested in any of those, please put it in the chat. Don't just type interested. Please put in specifically what you're interested in, so we know what to look for when we're coming back, so we know what to reach out to you and talk to you about. But that's all I have. I'm going to turn it over to Amber to talk more direct hires.
Thank you, Matt. I will jump right in. And the first one I'm going to share this afternoon is a people and culture coordinator. This position is listed in remote. However, our client does have very state-specific requirements. They're looking for somebody that's in New Jersey, Florida, Missouri, or Georgia. It doesn't matter whereabouts in the state, but you must reside in one of those 4 states. So when it comes to kind of what you're going to be doing in this role, you will be supporting onboarding activities, compliance reports, and also payroll, as well as supporting the overall people and culture transformation for our nationwide client. They really, really understand the value of the military spouse, and they're looking to grow their military demographic, so they've reached out our way. But the requirements here for this people and culture coordinator, they're looking for a bachelor's degree and 2 years of experience in a role that is HR and people and culture focused. Advanced working knowledge, of course, with all HR functions to include HRIS, compliance, and benefits. Salary for this position, you're looking at an annual salary of about $85K. Again, that's a people and culture coordinator position. It is remote. You have to be in New Jersey, Florida, Missouri, or in Georgia. I'm going to move on now to a couple positions that Matt and I are working on currently. The first one is a project engineer. This position is in Florida. It's in Tyndall Air Force Base. They have a really big construction project that they're working on, and we are supporting this upcoming contract. So they're looking for various levels of project engineers. This could include civil engineers, structural or electrical or mechanical engineers. This is a contract position, and you'll be really reviewing submittals, RFIs, and all things related to construction for our client. Requirements for this project engineer include 5 years of experience directly related to DoD construction, as well as a bachelor's degree with an engineering focus is preferred. So again, that's a project engineer in Tyndall. I have one more position also in Tyndall. This is one that Matt is working on currently. It's a construction inspector position. Again, same project, very large, complex, multi-million-dollar DoD construction project. Ideal candidate for this obviously has very extensive QC and inspection knowledge that aligns well with the Army Corps of Engineering process. qualifications. They include 5 years as a construction inspector for DoD projects that include the Army Corps of Engineering, their 3-phase QC and inspection process. They do want a bachelor's degree, and you need experience with resident management system. So in this construction inspector position, you'll be really doing overall site inspections, compliance with their contract specifications and standards, as well as documentation to ensure that their safety requirements are met. So that will conclude our direct hire positions. I'm going to review them one more time, just so you guys all know. Matt covered a director of bids and proposals. That's a direct hire in DC Metro. And then a process safety management position that was in Salina, Kansas. People and culture coordinator, that one is remote. And then a project engineer and a construction inspector, both at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida. So again, if you're interested in any of the positions, definitely drop the comment in the chat versus just typing interested so that we know exactly which one you are referring to and we can send you the proper information. I will wrap that up and pass it back to you, Lucy.
Oh my gosh, you're an absolute star. Thank you, guys. That was an awful lot of information. And there was just one more that I wanted to share with you, and that is the credentialing specialist role that we've just posted on our website as well. It is a remote role. It would be amazing for a mil spouse. All of the details are up there, but credentialing experience in a healthcare environment is required. But if you know somebody who wants to work from home, who wants a job that's flexible, that they can port with them on PCS to PCS, I definitely encourage you to share our details, hiremilitary.us, with them so that they can take a look. So we have had a couple of questions throughout. So there was one I did just want to acknowledge whilst we're here right now. And I forget who posted it. I think it was Marcus. Marcus said, how long does it take to hear back from somebody once your resume is uploaded and your profile's created? Great question, Marcus. And I feel like I'm going to make a bold assumption here, but I feel like you probably uploaded your resume to our direct hire pipeline or our SkillBridge pipeline. So there's two answers on that one. So first of all, if it's to the direct hire one, remember, we are recruiters. We are not career counselors. So if it is a resume service, interview support, helping with your sort of overall goals and what you're looking to achieve, we are not the right people for you, and we will not be getting in touch with you to meet with you unless we identify a role that you may be suitable for, or we think you may be suitable for, or think you may be interested in. So if it is the career counseling piece that you are looking for, we actively encourage you to connect with Hire Heroes USA or with ACP for mentorship and advice. So that's one answer there. If it's for the SkillBridge side of the house, we do tend to cycle through everybody that registers with us because we want to connect and see if we have anything that is available for you. And we tend to do that within sort of 9 to 10 months of your ETS date. So there are two answers based on what you're looking for. I really hope that helps. Matt Squared, Amber, were there any other questions that you wanted to acknowledge or advice that you wanted to give today?
I would say one thing. I think I'm at the top of the screen, so I'm not sure the order, Lucy. But so I will say for those registering for SkillBridge, because Lucy brings up a great point, something I really recommend, you're going to get asked at our website if you're open to other locations, really be candid with yourself and think about that there. Because if you say yes, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for us to look at sourcing jobs for you, SkillBridge opportunities, but really have that conversation with your family. It's much easier if we know up front that you're not open to a location outside of where you want to be. You're going to give us a desired location. And if that's the one you want, that's okay too. It just helps us with the search to really understand what you're looking for. So that'd be my one piece of SkillBridge, my last thing of the day, I promise, for SkillBridge advice.
I've got another piece actually. And Mike Quinn, our CEO, wrote a post on LinkedIn about this yesterday. We're seeing in this economic climate a lot of candidates coming out of their SkillBridge internships and not being offered a permanent position with their host company, not due to how they have performed, but because of the, roles being put on hold, or with the workforce being sort of just restricted at the moment and recruiting being paused. So what we always suggest and what we always say is, don't make an assumption that once you have a SkillBridge internship, that's a shoo-in to getting a permanent position. Fingers crossed, Hopefully it is. And that is the intent of all of the companies that we work with, but you just don't know what's going to happen to them in the next 2 to 3 months. So keep your options open. Do not put all of your eggs in any one basket. Keep looking, keep applying. And that is one piece of advice I really couldn't stress more right now. Amber, Matt Hart, anything more to add before we wrap up today?
I just guys feel people are interested in certain positions, which is great. You're putting the job in there that you're interested in. Now, if you are and you're registering, you're applying, look at the job description, look at the qualifications, just start tailoring your resume. You can only upload one into our website, which is perfectly fine. You probably have like a general base resume that you have ready to go. But if you see something you're interested in or something we talk about, go look at the job description, the qualifications, save a copy of the resume, and start tweaking that one to match what this person, the employer, is looking for. Because, it, depending on what it is, your experience might be a little bit different, but have it match what they're looking for, the verbiage they're using. You see, you have certain skills, they want different skills that they want, but you're like, yes, that applies to me. Tailor it to match what they're looking for. You can't have a 7-page resume that you send out to people. You can tailor it down to match what they're looking for. So just have that in mind. When you submit a resume, you might only have a base resume or just a generalized one. Start preparing a tailored one, because if you apply, we'll reach out to you one way or another. It'll save a lot of time.
And I think somebody's just posted, you've got to keep grinding. It's submitted, I don't know who it is because I can't see, submitted 300 resumes. That's really hard work, and it can be really disheartening. So if you want to endeavor to try and make your application more pointed and more tailored, we do have a great Cliff's Notes on our website under the resources, how to target your resume. Take a look at that, because that will show you, like, it's really easy for us to say you need to target it, but when you don't know how to do it, those words just mean nothing really. It will take the job description, it will take your resume, and it will show you exactly what to do at any given point in time. So definitely do read that. And one last thing that's come through, somebody's just asked, when would it be appropriate to hire a career coach? That was Brandon. First of all, Brandon, as a transitioning service member, as a vet, as a military spouse, everything out there is free to you. Please don't hire anybody. Please don't pay. There are so many organizations and nonprofits. He will support you for free. But, Matt Hart, Mark Collins, what would be your answer to that? I know I've got my answer, but what would be yours?
I'll go. Okay. Like I said, everything's free. They're all out there.
But when would it be appropriate to hire a career coach?
Don't hire one. Oh, I get what you're saying, though. To get a mentor,
when to get one, yes. When to access that service.
If you're getting out, I'd say 18 months.
Yeah,
is a good answer. I know that's really far out, but what they can do is really help you identify, what you're truly passionate about. It may help you discover things that you weren't thinking of before. They might have the connections, the networking piece. That's why, like American Corporate Partners, for one, they give you a mentor in a certain industry, in a certain geographic area. Like, it just depends on what it is you're looking to do. They can help guide you down that path, so you're not doing it alone. But reach out to them first. Don't pay for it. But if you're at a year out and you're getting out and you haven't done that yet, you're starting to be too late, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of resources to get there. That's my advice.
Yeah. I agree. 18. That's what we were telling people last week, 18 to 2 months. And one last thing, David, I'm going to be contentious. Impossible to tailor for each position applied for. I'm telling you, if you want to get that interview, that is what you have to do right now, because it's not, your resume isn't the only one that's being submitted. You've got to think of your competition. You've got to think of that, because if you're not doing it, other people will be, and they are going to be the ones that are getting the interview, and they're going to be ahead of the game. And I think it's really, the last thing I will leave you with is, everybody should reposition what you think a resume is. A resume is not a document, and my coworkers have heard this before so many times, that reflects on your military career and talks about, is effectively an encyclopedia of everything that you've done. That's not what it is. That looks to the past. Your resume is a document that extrapolates, demonstrates, and identifies the relevant experience you have for the role that you are applying to. And so you really need to pull out and draw out everything that you've done that is in that job description for that role, so that they can see, oh my gosh, this person is amazing. They've done exactly what we're looking for. And exactly, they've got the skills, they've got the certifications, and they have experience. And so I'm going to leave you with this one more time. I've said it twice already, but a third time, take a look at our article that we created, because it really will break it down for you and it makes it very easy and it will guide you through to that interview. We're on the half hour. It's 2:30 Eastern time. It has been a joy to be back. Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you so much, Matt. And thank you so much, Matt. And everybody here, it's been lovely to see you and the engagement and the involvement. And we will be back same time next week, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care. Bye-bye.